Good morning to one and all present here. Now in today's class we'll be discussing about sole proprietorship. So before that, let us understand what is the meaning of the word sole. Sole means what? A single trader. Okay, means one person alone handling the entire industry or the entire business. That is called as a sole proprietorship. Sole proprietorship means what? Okay, owner, okay, a single trader is there, okay, he will alone entirely handle the entire industry. Now based on that, we'll be studying about the advantages and disadvantages of sole proprietorship. In that, first one is what? Easy and simple to promote. Now this if anyone wants to start a sole trader, okay, sole proprietorship business, it is very simple to promote. Means that much legal formalities are not required. Now what do you understand by legal formalities? Legal formalities means what? Now suppose think that if you want to start any kind of a business, what is the main thing required? License. Okay, license or certificate has been required in order to start the industry or in order to start the business. So here, if anyone wants to start a sole trade business or a sole proprietorship business, no much legal formalities are required. So it is very easy and simple to promote. Okay, means easy and simple to promote means what? Easy to start the business also, and it is very simple for promotion also. Not only at the stage of starting the business, but after starting the business, how it can be promoted. Then the next one is quick decision making. Now what do you mean by decision making? Now normally what happens in the organization, if the manager, okay, top management wants to take any kind of a decision, what he will do? He will take the ideas and opinions of each and every worker who is working in that industry. Like suppose think that there are 50 workers, okay, in that particular organization. So taking the opinion of each and every worker, it will take more time. Okay, now depending upon the size of the organization also, like suppose if it is a small scale industry or a small business is there, okay, there what happens, less number of workers are there or limited workers are there, then that time what happens, taking the opinion of each and every person, it is very easy. But suppose in case if it is a large scale industry or a large organization, then taking the opinion of each and every worker, it will take more time. So here in case of sole proprietorship business, decision can be taken quickly. How the decision can be taken quickly? Because only a single trader is there, okay, alone he can think, means what is right for the business and what is not good for the business or what is not appropriate for the industry and all that. So based on that only he can try to take the decision. That is quick decision making. Then maintenance of business secrecy. Now whatever are the secrets of the company, that should be maintained properly. It should not be revealed to the other industry or it should not be revealed to the other business. Then the next point is personal touch. Now this means what? Here sole trader will be having contact with different customers, okay, then different wholesalers, retailers, consumers. Then next one is flexibility. Now what do you mean by flexibility? Flexibility means some kind of changes can also be implemented in the sole trade business. Now if the industry cannot run with the same routine pattern or same routine business which is there, they can try to implement some kind of the changes. Now these are the advantages of sole proprietorship. Okay, only you need to remember that sole proprietorship means what? A single trader or a single owner will try to lead the entire business or the entire industry. Now based on this, we'll be studying about the disadvantages of sole proprietorship. Now we had seen the advantages or the merits which were there of the sole proprietorship. Now what are the limitations or what are the disadvantages of sole proprietorship? In that, first one is limited funds. Now what do you mean by limited funds? Funds means what? Okay, that much investment or that much money will not be available in case of the sole proprietorship business, because the funds are less or the funds are limited. Why? Because only a single trader alone he is leading the entire industry. So how much investment he can invest or how much capacity he is having, only that much availability of funds he will invest in that particular industry. So the funds which are there, it is been limited. The next one is what? Limited skills. Now the funds or the capital only is not limited, but also the skills are limited. Now what do you mean by skills are limited? Now you just imagine that, okay, like suppose a single trader, he may not be entirely skilled with many qualities which are there. At least some weakness or some limitation may be found in that particular person. Now you can't tell that one person he is expert in all the fields. Okay, so at least in one field he may be lacking. Okay, so that is limited skill. Now just think that if the sole trader, he is very good and very expert, okay, in the computer field, okay, but he may be lacking in the other fields which are there. So like that way the skills are limited. Now suppose if 2-3 persons, like afterwards will be studying about the partnership business also. Okay, there we can see that the skills are not that much limited, because what happens, many partners are there, like suppose 3 partners are there, and each and every partner will be having one or the other skill. Okay, but here in this case now we can also make a comparison. After studying about the partnership business, we can make a comparison between sole proprietorship and partnership firm. That time you can understand that, okay, in partnership business what happened, okay, many partners were there, okay, and the skills also were not that much limited, because each and every person, okay, they contributed their skills, their talent. But here in case of sole proprietorship, the skills are limited. The next one is uncertain life. Now what do you mean by uncertain life? Like suppose if the sole trader, okay, alone he cannot lead the entire industry, or in case of the death of the sole trader, or suppose if the sole trader wants to discontinue the business, in that case what happens, the entire business will be closed down, because what happens, he alone is leading the entire industry. So 2 cases are there in that. In case of death of the sole trader, that one case, and the second one is like suppose if the sole trader, he want to quit the business, he want to discontinue with the industry, he don't want to continue the business, that time what happens, the industry will be closed down. Then unlimited liability. Now here the liability, it is unlimited. Like suppose if any kind of loss will incur in such kind of a business, alone the sole trader only has to bear such kind of the losses. That is not all the time that the company will be always profitable only. At times it may earn the profit, at times it may incur loss. So in such case, when there is a loss in case of a sole trade business, okay, that time what happens, the sole trader alone he need to bear such kind of the losses. Okay, like suppose if the liability, okay, it is more, he is unable to pay such kind of the debt, or he is unable to pay such kind of the liability, then what happens, okay, here suppose if he has a whatever property, he can sell that property and repay that loan amount. Suppose if he has taken a more loan and all. Okay, this is all about the sole trade business, or this is all about sole proprietorship. Just briefly you understand that sole proprietorship means a single trader, okay, who will alone start and establish the business. Then we had studied about the advantages and disadvantages of sole proprietorship. In advantages, it is very easy and simple to promote, means that much legal formalities are not required in case of the sole proprietorship. Then quick decision making, the decision will be done very quickly. Alone the sole trader can take the decision. It need not be that he can ask whatever the ideas and opinions which are there for many people. But that if you compare with the large scale industry or the big organization, that time what happens, many workers are there. So taking opinion of each and every worker or each and every employee, it will consume more time. But that doesn't happen in sole proprietorship. Decision making means whatever the decision has to be done in case of the company, it may be correct decision. He has to take the right and appropriate decision for the organization. Then maintenance of business secrecy, whatever are the secrets of the business has to be maintained properly. Then personal touch and flexibility, means some kind of the changes can be implemented in the sole trade business. Then apart from the advantages, we had studied about the disadvantages. In that, limited funds are there. Okay, means whatever the funds or whatever investment capital is there, it has been less or limited. Then limited skills. Alone the sole trader may not be filled with all the skills. Okay, he may not be expert in all the fields, or we cannot tell that he is a multi-talented person. At least with one weakness or one limitation he may be having. Then the next one is what? Uncertain life. Means the life of the sole trade business, it is uncertain. Like two cases are there for that. In case of the death of the sole trader, or in case of, okay, if the sole trader wants to discontinue the business, he don't want to continue the business anymore, for in that case also the life is uncertain, means the business should be closed down. Then unlimited liability. Okay, means whatever are the debts of the company, means whatever liability he has to pay, or in case of loss incurred by the company, the sole trader alone has to bear such kind of the loss. So this is all about the sole proprietorship.